All right, what's going on, dudes? Today is going to be a chest and shoulder day. First one of these kinds of videos. It's going to be a summer bulk edition. Essentially, the goal is to get to 210 pounds, stay pretty lean, and basically just add as much mass as possible, specifically to my arms and my shoulders, my chest. To be honest, bro, I kind of need work on everything, so I'm not just going to specify on a specific body part. What I will say, though, is my legs are certainly not a muscle that I'm really desperate to grow. I'd say my legs are probably my best body part. My back's also really good, but you can't really have too much back, so I'll keep training it. Split looks like arms, back, chest, shoulders, legs, and I kind of repeat that until I feel like I need a rest day, which is usually like once or twice a week, rarely twice a week unless I'm like pretty busy, which it's summer now, so I shouldn't really be. Anyways, this is a chest and shoulder workout. As you can see, I'm warming up with the cables, looking at the news. I'm not even like in the zone at all right now. I'm not listening to music because I got a recording on my phone. The quality is pretty shit because it's on a pretty old iPhone. I gotta upgrade really quick if I want these videos to look good. Yeah, I'm basically just fooling around with the cables, tricep extensions. You'll see I get into like cable flies pretty soon after this. Really lightweight, just getting the blood flowing and all that. I barely even do this. It's like literally under 5 minutes of just goofing off with the cables and trying to get a decent blood flow, decent contraction. Make sure the shoulders aren't gonna ditch me mid-set on the bench, which is the first exercise. So here we go, we're hitting bench. First exercise, warming up with the plate. I don't know why people warm up with the bar, because the bar literally feels like nothing. Larry Wheels benches like 6-7 plates, and this guy warms up with the bar. I respect it, but honestly, I just feel like it's a waste of time, especially after those cables that I already did. You're gonna see I stop like a good 6 inches. Okay, I saw 6 inches. I gotta relax. I know some of you freaked out when I said that. A good few inches above my chest, and that's pretty much just because I have long arms, which kind of limit. Stopping at that point, my arms are already like 90 degrees, which is kind of crazy. Like if I was to go down even more, it's just way more shoulder activation, stretch on the shoulders. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fuck up my shoulders, especially because I have like, 2-3 more pressing exercises after this, including shoulders and lateral raises, which kill the delts. So I'm not trying to mess up rotator cuffs, labrums, whatever ligaments crap that's going on in there. I'm not trying to mess with that. Warming up here though, 205 pounds. I'm just testing this out, testing out the waters, trying to see how this weight actually feels. If it feels really heavy, I'll do it for a working set. If it feels light, like it does here, I'm gonna go up to 2 plates. So I do 2 reps here, nice and easy, and I'm like, damn, this shit feels light. And so 2 plates. So I load up to 2 plates. I got the wrist wraps on, and I'm thinking here, I gotta get 5 reps at least. I want 6. Like I really want 6, right? No spotter here. We're doing the second rep here. I pause because the bar is like shaking. 3 reps. I'm pausing again. You'll notice these rest pauses, and you'll notice again my range of motion isn't that crazy because I have long arms. It's still a good amount. I think this is the 5th rep now, and I'm going in for the last one. I already hit a PR. I want more though. I'm hungry for more. This is the 6th rep. I struggle. My whole body shakes. I get it up though. And let me tell you, I felt good after that. You can see me kind of like pumped up. Then I lower it to 205. My chest at this point is pumped to oblivion. Chest is feeling juiced up, feeling good after that PR. But the thing is, as soon as I drop the weight, you think, if you hit 6 reps with 2 plates, you can probably hit like 8 reps with this. Well, I don't know. Did I even hit 8 reps? I literally don't even know. I had a decent amount of reps here. Went pretty close to failure. Almost dropped the bar on my face. Crushed my glasses nearly. And just had a great time. So thankfully, I didn't kill myself. But that was pretty close. Last set, 185. I just basically bounced this around. I did another set after this with a drop set. You'll notice that when I'm doing the drop set, I actually put my arms wider. That's because I get a better stretch on the chest. And you'll see, like, even though the range of motion doesn't look like that much, my arms are still getting to parallel, which is like ideal for chest activation. Like you can go deeper, you're getting a better stretch, but you're putting your shoulders at risk, which I just don't want to do. As you can see here, I'm in some pain because that shit felt good. Next, going on to the iso chest press. I only got 2 plates on. What's going on here? Nah, guys, come on. I'm not that weak. I had to find the 3rd plate because for some reason this machine never has 3 plates available. But I had to grab the 3 plates here. Okay, vascular in the forearms there. Can't even lie. We get started this set. I put on my wrist straps. I'm pushing this weight around. I'm banging it around like it's nothing. Just kidding. I only get like 7 reps. I want to try and get 365 for like a good 8 reps by the end of this summer. And by the end of this bulk even. But in this bulk, I want to be close to 4 plates on this machine, to be honest. Like, I feel like if 3 plates isn't like a warm-up by the end of this bulk, it's not successful. Now, here's something interesting that I do. I go 3 plates, right? but this is something that I recommend. If you do a weight and then the next set you do the same weight, but you don't get the same amount of reps and it's like under what you're trying to get, do a drop set. That's exactly what I do here. I think I get like 6 reps. I drop the weight to 2 plates and just bang it out for like another 10 seconds. It's essentially just more time under tension that you sacrificed by doing heavier weight in the first part of the set. Basically wrap that up with 2.25 actually. See, like when it gets to a certain point where it's too heavy, it's not worth going anymore at that same weight. Like I probably hit 6 reps the previous set with 3 plates. It's just not worth going again because I'm probably going to get like 4. So I just go to 2.25. I get like 8 to 10 reps. It's pretty good. Get a good squeeze. It's a good stretch. Great machine. If you have a hammer strength machine, use it. Unless it doesn't work for you, obviously. I don't really like those, what are they, like cable machine kind of thingies? They're not plate loaded machine. They're just the generic machines. And as I say that, I do cable flies. Now, cable flies, you're going to see the way I do them. It's more upright, like the pec deck. I'm not doing that shit where people put the cable high and they like fly it down and squeeze their chest. That doesn't really work for me, and it's kind of like you just load up more weight. That's a lot of the reason why people actually do that. I got 35 pounds per side on here, which is decent. And I kind of struggle on the last rep, which is exactly what you want. If you're not struggling on the last rep like I was there, that's a problem. That's limiting your gains. And here, I'm doing this weird-ass drop set where I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, like pushing it. I'm just doing whatever I can do to get more blood into the chest. When you get to that stage of like soreness, it doesn't even matter what your form looks like. Because you're so pumped, there's so much blood in that muscle that literally like you're not going to get injured at that point unless you're just being stupid. And there's no point of keeping your form because you're not going to get any more reps. Your form can decay at this part of the set, so you can just get in more reps, more goofy reps, but still you're going to get a bigger contraction. Another few sets here, did some posing, and that's about it for chest. Total, I did 11 sets, I think, which is very good. As I said, the split is a 4-day split kind of thing, so I do end up hitting chest twice a week, pretty much every week, and that's what I recommend. 2 times per week each body part. There's some bodybuilders that do once per week, but I mean, they're bodybuilders, they're on gear, their lifestyle is different. It's a different story when you're at that level. For me, I feel like 2 times a week is the best. I almost said optimal, and if I said optimal, I'd cut that out of the video instantly because I hate that word. Here's some overhead press though, and a lot of people say don't train your front delts because they're overdeveloped. I say fuck that. I'm training my front delts. I neglected them for so long and I lost so much strength on overhead press. Now I'm training overhead press again. I need to grow my front delts. I mean, I press a lot, but for some reason my bench is like my weakest of the 3 lifts. I'm not even a power lifter, but you know what I'm saying. Like you can see here, 115 it's tough. It's tough for me, and that just sucks. 135 needs to be like a warm-up kind of weight for this exercise. I do like 2 more sets of 115 that I do 95 pounds actually, which just hurts to say, but it's better to like keep the weight low, do moderate amount of reps, get the blood in there. You'll notice that the way I'm doing these overhead presses is actually much better for the front delt activation because I'm not just pressing it forward, I'm pressing it forward and directly vertically. And that like vertical motion there allows me to squeeze my front delts together. And if you do that, your front delts will get a much better contraction, much more blood, and a lot more of an isolated pump in the area. Usually when you train shoulders, it's like the whole shoulder when you're doing like overhead press. But if you want front delts isolated, that's what you should do with the overhead press movement. Don't just press it forward and up because it's more like you get more chest in there and all this bullshit. So you want to make sure that you put it vertically up, squeeze that. You're going to get more traps and more front delts. Last exercise, I did about 6 sets here for lateral raises. You might be thinking like 6 sets? Why are you doing 6 sets? Well, everyone wants big side delts. Everyone wants to look wide and aesthetic like that. And everyone knows that the lateral raise is the best exercise. I don't care if there's someone out there that thinks it's suboptimal because it recruits too much traps. Last I checked, traps are like the coolest muscle to have, so I'll have as much traps as I can. I'm using the 30s here, and you're going to notice like my form isn't perfect, but I still get a ridiculous contraction on this. And you can say, yeah, my form isn't good. I'm bending my elbows. I'm swinging a little bit. I get a way better contraction doing 30 pounds with that kind of form than doing 20 pounds with like perfect stick figure form. Like I'm not doing that. I don't recommend you do that either unless it works for your body type. But I guarantee you when you put on heavy weight, especially after you're already pumped, it's like 10 times more difficult and you get a way better contraction. It's not even like the burn. It's almost like a cramp sort of feeling. But that's the kind of feeling that you want to get sore, to build muscle the next day. That's the kind of feeling you want. It's not always about lightweight, perfect form. I think that's a whole load of bullshit. You need to have like decent form. You need to keep things like somewhat optimal to the point where you're not actually susceptible to injury. but don't make that like your main priority, especially when you're at the end of the set. You can swing a little on bicep curls and lateral raises, get more sets in. Like, you just need to do that. Like, you can see on my last few sets, my form is completely crumbling. I'm barely getting like 10 reps. And that's pretty much because when I do lateral raises, I kind of just go to my left shoulder starts to like give in, and that just happens. It's not too serious. Sometimes it's a lot worse than other times, but today it was pretty decent, so I just went with it. If you have shoulder pain, grip the dumbbells really tight. For pressing with barbells and dumbbells, grip the thing really tight. If you grip it tight, I feel like it sends some signal to like the rotator cuff muscles to like tighten up, or some scientific thing like that. It just helps the shoulder stabilize itself a little bit more. That's the end of the chest day though. Pretty much chest, shoulders, that's in the books. I'm doing calves every day I possibly can. Every day that they're not sore, I'm doing calves because my calves suck. But of course, I had to finish the session off with some posing. Got absolute shit lighting and a terrible iPhone as I mentioned. But I think I look pretty decent. Kind of small. But, I mean, most muscular is looking pretty decent. Chest pump's pretty good. The light is absolutely blowing off the picture. Got a decent thumbnail, though, at least, so that's not too bad. I felt like I was a little flat today. 193 was the morning weight. I woke up a little later than usual, so I guess that's a reason why. Tomorrow I should wake up around 195. I'm eating chicken and rice right now. Should fill out a little bit better for legs tomorrow, which is going to be absolutely great because I love leg day. If you don't love leg day, you're never going to be a good bodybuilder. It's simple as that. You got to love leg day, and I absolutely adore it. Yeah, tune in for the next video, though. Hope this was fun. Hope it was informative. I'm sorry if I ranted on too much about myself, but it is the first one, so you kind of got to get to know me a little bit. Hope you're bulking this summer because we all got to get huge.